Hello, world. My name is Stephen Hensley, and today is Wednesday, October 4th, 2017, and it is 9:17 a.m. The intentions for this video or event are just to attempt to brainstorm and come up with some ideas on and around what I'd like to be doing with and for my future, etc. Like kind of what I'd like to be doing with my life. Um, Kind of on like the grand scale or like in broad terms, and then I don't know, I kind of want to paint like the big picture or a big picture of what it is I like ultimately would like to create or do, I guess, and then try to like work backwards or reverse engineer it and put it into uh, like I guess quantifiable chunks or like consumable chunks. Uh, and like and into like some sort of multiple or multi-year plan, like a kind of like a schedule or uh, I don't know, whatever, something like that. Pardon me. Uh, so I guess um, as I said, my name is Stephen Hensley. Uh, I am a wannabe artist and musician, computer scientist and programmer, software application and hardware developer, designer and engineer, and audio programmer, etc. Like I want to do and be like so much in throughout my life, but like I don't know that I'll ever even see like a fraction of it. Uh, it's just like quite a uh, I guess like persistent dream for me. Um, Essentially, like what I'm wanting to do is create a uh, multimedia and technology startup and studio. Like I'm wanting to create like I don't know, kind of like if I could do anything or if anything were possible, I would invest in creating or invest in buying some property, and like I'd put a large warehouse or hangar on it, like airplane hangar, and like convert it into a like a studio, a multimedia studio, and or a multimedia and technology studio, and then like basically build a computer lab and uh, like a sound stage and motion capture studio and like uh, a music studio and all that like integrated in this one warehouse or building. And then like I'd like to have like a storefront in my hometown where it's like I don't know, it's like I kind of want it to be uh like a hobby shop, sort of like I don't know. I want to like uh, I don't know. I want to have like a storefront to like sell stuff, like I don't know. Like I kind of want to like get into hobbyist electronics and like computer projects and programming and everything. Like I said, uh, and it's like I'd like to hold like workshops like once every like month or bi-weekly or something, or like sometimes on the weekends or whatever, uh, maybe during just the summer or like maybe year round, whatever like the case may be. But it's like I want to I want to make connections with like people in like various fields and industries, and like try to like I don't know, get some like interest in uh, like uh, kind of technology and stuff. Like I want to share my interests with my community, and like I've always dreamt of creating like an economy of some sort, like a way of for people to make money. And it's like I don't know. I've wanted to do something where it's like uh, I don't know. I kind of want to play around with the idea of uh, like some sort of open source project. But like I'm not exactly sure how to like do something like that, or like how to do anything like this, really. Like, but I'm not certain that like there are many people in the world who do. It's one of those things that like, nothing ventured, nothing gained, or something. Some sort of like motto or saying fits well there, I figure. But yeah, that like it's not very like ventured territory. It's still all very new. And so it's like I want to get into uh, modern technologies like uh, augmented and virtual reality, and like I said, motion capture, and I don't know. I've always wanted to get into uh, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and I know I've kind of wanted to create my own virtual personal assistant, or have it created for me, essentially, like kind of what Mark Zuckerberg had done with his own like Jarvis thing. I don't know what he ultimately ended up calling it, but like I think he nicknamed it Jarvis after the Marvel comic uh, superhero character Iron Man, who has an artificial intelligence Jarvis. So I've wanted to do that for a number of years, and like uh, it's like a lot of uh, I don't know. It's a lot of what I wanted to do with like uh, fiction and storytelling is pardon me. Sorry. Uh, I've wanted to kind of do uh, kind of what like I don't know how I put it is I want to do for artificial intelligence what Walt Disney did for uh, like cartooning and animation, and like kind of uh, give it character and personality, and like yeah, in like a way that like uh, would make sense. So it's like I want to create or have wanted to create a like a multimedia fiction series. I call my Master's Sentence story or Master's Sentence series, and like basically my character Sam Gray is like the creator of this artificial intelligence or whatever in the story, and like I want to create uh, this artificial intelligence to be kind of like I want to create him as a fiction character, and then like create him to be like a real world AI, kind of similar to what uh, Microsoft did with Cortana. Their like virtual artificial intelligent uh, personal assistant or whatever. Uh, Basically, it was like a video game character in the game Halo, and then like in that game it was like an artificial intelligence, and then like they named their like real world AI after like that video game character. So like more or less that's what I want to do. But I don't know. I've wanted to create like a I don't know. I've been thinking about creating like a comic book or a graphic novel, uh, and it's like I've dreamt of writing a like a fiction series. Like like I said, everything I'm like sharing is super ambitious in my mind, at least. But I want to create like a fiction series, kind of like Harry Potter or something, like a written series, where it's not uh, like fully illustrated, but has illustrations in it, I guess. Uh, yeah, like I guess more like a literary novel or something, or whatever. I don't know. More, yeah, a novel, novel series. So, uh, I don't know. It's not that like I really believe it's possible. I'm just saying, like, if anything were possible, that's what I'd like aim to do. Like, cause I think it'd be a lot of fun, and be really interesting. But I don't know. It's also like a lot of work, and it's like I figure, or I more or less know, or I do know that I can't do it alone. Obviously, And so like I don't know how I'll ever like, you know, be able to like make something out of this, I guess. It'd be super cool. Just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I've kind of wanted to create like uh, kind of like an uh, film and animation studio, or like a multimedia studio, like I said to begin with, I guess. Um, but it's like I've wanted to basically work on creating a 3D assets like they're usable uh, for both like video games and like animation and stuff. And like basically use that stuff to render out the illustrations or the artwork for my comic and like whatever series, the multimedia series. So it's like I wanted it to have like some sort of like uh, congruency or like uh, kind of like a, I don't know how to say it. Like I wanted to create like a style, like an art style that would be consistent. That's what I was looking for. So I wanted to create like a consistent art style that like I could create uh, comic books, uh, video games, and like short films and animations. And so yeah, like I think 3D is the way to go. It's like I don't know, I would like to learn how to draw well or like how to draw and illustrate well. But like I really want to like uh, kind of get good at CG or computer graphics, I guess. Uh, what else? Um, so on top of like creating a like multimedia content and like AI and stuff, I want to create softwares and applications. Like I was saying, I have all these different ideas. I'm just not sure how to like execute or how to begin. Um, like if I had the resources, like if I had the money, I'd hire uh, a developer or a programmer to I don't know. I basically like Okay. So if I had the resources, I would like to hire a programmer or like uh, maybe like a team of programmers or whatever. Uh, and then like I'd like to have them uh, like screencast or screen share or like live stream their computer screens um, to like a private uh, or like just basically record their computer screen, not necessarily like live stream it, but like record it so I can review it, and then but I don't know. Like I think if okay, if I were really wanting to do this, I think what I would like to do is like I'd like to create uh, publish and produce a open source software and application suite, and then like I'd like to screen capture and record uh, and document like everything, and then like I'd like to create uh, kind of like education material or learning material from it, like as to how it was made and so forth and so on. Uh, like I really like good documentation, and I want to create to be like a college video course or like an online college course, and yeah, I don't know. I'd like to be able to like learn from it all, and then like help other people learn from it. Like I'd like to like uh I kind of would like to create my company to be like a kind of online uh, university through like uh, our own personal website and like through various other um, like uh, like I guess like um, what would be I don't know like education sites like Skillshare or Udemy or whatever it is. Um, I think it's Udemy or Udemy or something. I don't know. I can't even fucking pronounce it right. But anyway, I would like to work through those sites as well, like release free content um, on them and YouTube, and then like I don't know. There's like I basically I basically want to create like something like a like going back to the if anything were possible. Uh, uh, I think I'd like to. Hmm, I'd like to create a software, an application suite, like similar to uh, what like uh, Unity has done with their game engine, but I'd like to uh, resurrect like just or like not necessarily like resurrect, but like create something in memory of uh, Adobe's Flash. I've nicknamed it Flasher for now, just because I don't know what to call it. But like, uh, it's like basically a an open source uh, like I don't know. I'm gonna pause right there and just like say that I'm not super sold on open source just yet, or like whether or not I want to do that. I think it'd be like pretty cool and really quite epic to like uh, have like anybody be able to uh, like contribute and add to the project through like GitHub and like Bitbucket and stuff or whatever. I think I'm gonna use GitHub. Um, but I don't know. But let's just say it's like uh, let's just say it's open source for now, or like maybe I should go the other way around. Maybe I should say it's like uh, I don't even know what that like would be copywritten. So it's like it's a closed software and application suite until I figure out more about open source and what it means. But I don't know, like often I relate open source to being cheap and buggy and like not very aesthetically pleasing. Like they don't have a very good like user interface or like UX design going on. Uh, but there are total like exceptions to the case. Like Blender is like really well built in my opinion. Like Blender 3D, it's a 3D modeling software. It's a free open source software and like it's pretty awesome. It's what I want to use with my or within my studio, I think. Like it and Unity and I want to like I don't know. There's so much I want to do. It's hard to like. Uh, it's hard to like. Uh, I don't know. It just like it kind of comes to mind all at once. So it's like it's uh, hard to share sometimes, but so I'm wanting to create this software and application suite, and I wanted to be like a companion, or something uh, akin to uh, Blender 3D and Unity. I don't want it to be necessarily a competitor. I want to uh, I don't know. I would like to like I don't know, you know, daydreaming or whatever. I'd like to work with these companies. Very least, I'd like to uh, work on developing plugins and things for these softwares, and selling them online. But I'm really wanting to create a standalone software and application suite. Uh, where I've kind of boiled it down to being a graphic design, uh, and uh, I guess a graphic editor and design tool, as well as integrated development environment for for creating a kind of cross-platform and universal softwares and applications. Similar to what Unity is doing with the game industry, where they're diversifying and solving hard problems and stuff. They talk about it in every keynote. But I don't know. Basically, I want to do what Unity is doing for the game industry, but do it for the software and application development industry, where it's super simple and easy. Just comparison. That's what Flash was for me. It was a really awesome tool. And so um so basically uh with this Flasher project, or the cross-platform uh, graphic editor and IDE suite, um, I want it to be uh, more open and less proprietary than like Adobe's products, or like than what Adobe's Flash was, where they're using their own uh, like I guess uh, I don't know, they created their own language called ActionScript. And so basically instead of ActionScript, I'd like to be using uh, C, C++, and C sharp. Or maybe just C sharp. Like, I think C sharp might just, uh, I don't know, it might, like, I don't know, it's like I know it's completely, like, dependent on uh, what it is I want to do and accomplish with this. Uh, I feel like the, the more, uh, uh, I don't know, I don't know what I'm gonna say here. Uh, the more like obvious answer for me would be to create it using like C++, but it's gonna need like uh, C sharp uh, parts of it. Like I think I don't know. It's gonna be some set of C, and that's like pretty obvious to me. Um, Although I guess it could be like done like a lot of other languages too. Like it could be done in Python. Like probably I've seen Python do like a whole bunch of like really incredible stuff. But I'm more into wanting to learn uh, like C, C++, and C sharp, and I'm like then Python. But I want to learn Python as well. Uh, it's just not my like first choice, I guess. But I don't know. I think I want it to be like I think I want the user to be able to. I don't know. It's like I think it's gonna be C sharp, like what Unity has done. I think this would just be like just be beyond awesome if I were capable of pulling this off. But it's like I would like I don't know. I feel like that is like a pretty like ambitious or like I don't know, a pretty big project. Um, it's like I would like to work up to something like that. Uh, but like I said, I like obviously can't do it myself or alone. I need like a fucking team of like experts and engineers. Um, I'd say I think what I'm wanting to focus on is I'm wanting to uh, engineer and build uh, artist and developer tools and utilities, and then I would like to create video games and stuff like that for fun and as a hobby. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I wish I could be more realistic, less far fetched with my like goals and ambitions. Like I would super love to be involved in technology and programming and stuff. Uh, I just don't feel like it's very likely. It's it's kind of difficult for me because uh, where I'm from, there isn't anything uh, there's nothing that would nothing like I describe around me that I know of. Uh, I live in a really small retirement community, and I don't know, they're it's kind of like a uh, yeah, an old logging and fishing source that was kind of overfished and overlogged. But it's so all that closed down, and I feel I don't know, there needs to be something that I don't know. I feel like this community could use something uh, what I want to create. So I kind of want to create a Silicon Valley company but like kind of in my backyard. It's like if I had the money and the resources, uh, I would really like to create uh, kind of something like something like a modern Avon, like the beauty product company, but like for for like software development and engineering, where like people could work from their home and like I don't know, it's like I don't know how to explain it. I would like to like try to promote entrepreneurship and like kind of I like to be able to provide the accessibility to the tools and stuff. That's why I want to create uh, that one software to be like free for the most part, or like initially, like what Unity has done, where it's like someone like me could get into it for free and like basically like learn it, learn how to use it, and like have I don't know. It's like I don't know how to explain it exactly. It's quite the gift, just in my opinion. Like the fact that we have access to like so many different like tools and utilities and uh, education and like learning materials through the internet now, and like on like these devices and things we like take for granted. It's like I don't know. I feel super spoiled to like, or just lucky, I guess, uh, or thankful uh, to have like what we have today. And I more than anything, would like to be able to give back. I just like don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. Like I've seriously wanted to be uh, like a philanthropist and humanitarian, and like have one to like instantiate and create like an economy or like something that which makes money for people and like is like accessible, like affordable to get into, or easily accessible and really quite affordable to get into. And it's like more or less I'd like it to be more of uh, a time investment for my client than like a financial thing. And it's like, then it's like, uh, I'd really like to create like some sort of community around this. Again, like what Unity has done, and create all sorts of like learning materials, like tutorials and things on YouTube of how to use like this software and stuff. Like it'd be cool to have like a team just dedicated to like that, creating like a tutorial series of uh, of how to use the product. I don't know, there's just like so much. Um, it's like um, it's like I only wish it were possible. It's like, or I guess what I should be saying is I wish it were likely to happen. Like all of this, it'd be so cool. Um, like I think more than anything, uh, more than like wanting to make money or like any of that stuff, it's like I'm wanting to be informed, and like I'm wanting to like I'm kind of wanting more of those like those rarities of like, you know, things you only hear of like, you know, someone being like ahead of the curve and that sort of thing. Like I guess that's kind of why I've always admired like artists and musicians and stuff. Is because like it seems like they're and like technologists and engineers and stuff. They're like forward thinking and like often you know, they can be like uh kind of poetic and like different. Like they can have a different like perspective or view on things, but like uh, as far as I see it, like everybody does in reality. Like everybody has a unique and personal view and understanding of like reality, which comes from their own past experiences and so forth. But yeah. Um, it's like I think what I want, like I think that's like what I want to focus on is like uh, is like programming and software engineering, and like I want to work on creating this flasher project or whatever you want to call it. It's like I don't know. There's like so much. It's like I basically want to, like I said, I want to create like the unity of like uh or uh the unity of software and application world instead of games. Like I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's been like almost an hour here, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Uh, and like I'll probably like do this again, hopefully, and talk more about like what it is I want to be doing with my life and my future and so forth. Um, as kind of like the journal or like a sort of like a blog like thing. And if you have any like questions or anything, please don't like be shy to comment. Uh, like it helps me out a lot. Like uh, as far as like trying to like understand or learn what kind of you all want to like hear and learn or like whatever. And I don't know. I just really appreciate any sort of like interaction. It's a good learning experience for me. So anyway, thank you for watching. Peace.